Once more into the breach, dear friends. Here we go again. In just a few days, I'm going to be competing with the best of the best. And this time, everything works. Everything works. I don't have any major injuries. Everything hurts. I'm in a lot of pain. When I try to get under the barbell, I got some really bad tendonitis, and it takes me a minute to work that out. I don't know if you noticed, I've been putting ace bandages around to compress it. I won't be able to legally wear that on competition day, so hopefully it'll work itself out during the warm-ups, because it seems like once I get stretched out a little bit, it's not too bad. But it's do or die, man. So even if it feels like somebody's stabbing me in the elbow with a screwdriver, I'm just going to have to fight through the pain. And historically, that's one thing I've really been good at, is despite, the good advice of good people, I have struggled through the pain, much to my detriment. Oh, man. No, what I wanted to make this video about was strategies for competing. For people that are new to the sport, or maybe competing for the first time, or maybe you're a high-end competitor, maybe you've been doing it a while, I wanted to share with you my strategies for lifting successfully. Now, I was always taught that you pick your openers based on what you can triple. And anything that you can do for a 3-rep max is what you should do your opener. This is a conservative approach to it, and the thought is that on game day, say you got food poisoning, maybe you're flying from out of state, you got jet lag, maybe, who knows, something could happen where you're just not feeling 100%. And we all know strength isn't linear, even though the people on YouTube seem to think that if you have a bad day, you can no longer lift anymore. It doesn't work like that. Some days we just are sick. Some days we're just not as strong as we are on other days. So by opening it up with something you can triple, that ensures that you don't bomb out of the meet, because you have 3 attempts, and if you don't make one of them, you're disqualified. You can do all of the other lifts perfect, and if you do one lift in a full power meet and you miss all 3 attempts, none of the other ones count. So that's game day right there. And you could do squats perfect, you could do bench perfect, and if you bomb out on deadlift, neither squats nor bench count for anything. It's a wash. And we hate to see that, so we always say, get on the books. Now, I'm more aggressive. I'm there to like really go for it most times. So I generally open up with something that I can double. And sometimes I'm even a little more aggressive than that, and that's really, really come close to biting me in the ass on more than one occasion. Because whatever you open with, whatever you stay, you can go up, you cannot go down. So if you pick a number that's too high and you're not feeling it when you're getting ready, you can't lower your attempt. You can raise your attempt, you cannot lower it. So if you pick a number that's astronomically high and you're not able to if you're going to struggle with that could really bite you in the butt. So it's playing a game, risk versus reward. And for me, I want to start out with a high enough number so that I can space my attempts out to make a record attempt on all 3 lifts. Generally speaking, I'm going to open up with something that I can double. I'm going to be super aggressive on my second attempt. The second attempt is where I try to get records, or I try to get my numbers. Like, say if I have a specific goal, meet goal, I want to get no less than 1650 for a total. I'm going to attempt to get that 1650 on all of my second attempt lifts. Why? Well, because the third attempts, I'm going for it. I'm going for records. And I might bomb those. There's a very good chance I'm not going to get those. And if I'm using my third attempt lifts to try to meet my meet goals, there's a good chance I'm not going to do it, because if you miss those lifts, they don't count. You ever wondered why sometimes meet totals are so much lower than your gym total? The guy says he could do 1,700 pounds in the gym. He only got 1,500 pounds on the platform. What the hell? That's 200 pounds difference. Is he a liar? No. He just, that's a very technical sport. And you can, you saw Cephas. He did that 700-pound squat. It went all the way down, and it went all the way up. That was a good squat. And I dare challenge anyone to say it wasn't. But he stuttered his step a little bit, and that disqualified the lift. Right there, you cannot move your feet until you get the rack command. And just moving his foot slightly negated a 700-pound squat attempt. and it would have been, I would, on any day of the week, say I squatted 700 pounds in the gym. Absolutely, 100%. I would even say I squatted 700 pounds at that meet. It just didn't count towards the record. That's why. You know, maybe your second attempt was 650, your third attempt was 700, you missed your third attempt. What did you get? 650. Well, that's 100 and whatever pounds less than what you've gotten in the gym before, so obviously your gym total is going to be higher. It doesn't make you a liar. It just means that what your lifts weren't good enough for competition standards. Fairly simple, and it happens all the time. But that's precisely why I always try to get my meet goals on my second attempts. And, you know, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. More often than not, I don't. Being aggressive has really paid off for me in the past, and it's really bitten me in the ass a few times. But at the end of the day, I don't really care about totals. You know, I don't care about, like, I'm not trying to beat a specific lifter. Well, that's not entirely true. Like, in the spirit of competition, the guys in your weight class, you are kind of competing against them. But at the end of the day, I'm competing against myself. So I would rather go for it, leave it out all on the platform and bomb a lift, giving it 100%, than sandbag, play it safe, get the lift so that I can pad my numbers so I can look better on paper. Screw that. We're going home with our shield or on it. Man, it gets dark driving down these side streets. I had to turn my little light on. I can't see my pretty face. So I just want to take the time to go over these strategies because these are just common mistakes that I've made and I've seen other people make. And if you guys are interested in competing, some of this can help you. One of the other things that cause people to miss lifts, jumping commands. I always suggest that if you guys get the opportunity, usually about 2 weeks out from a meet, start lifting by command. Learn what the commands are. For squat, you unrack the weight on your own. Judge doesn't tell you, just tells you the platform's ready. You pick the weight up whenever you want. You walk it out, and once he sees that the bar is settled and not moving, he gives you the squat command. One of the biggest mistakes I see on squats is people will go to the bottom and wait for him to tell you to squat back up again. And they'll be staring at the judge like their face is turning red. No, there's no up command on a squat. You just go down and up. You can go down and up as fast as you want. So, yeah. But, now here's the one where they blow them all the time, is the rack command. So once you return the squat to the upright position, you have to wait for him to tell you to rack it. And again, they're waiting for the bar to be still. So it's still bar, squat, still bar, rack. Bench, again, you unrack the bench on your own as soon as he says the platform's ready. And he will tell you to bench. When you touch the chest, you have to hold it until the judge says press. This is a big one. How long is the pause for? Again, what he's looking for is that bar to be still. So if you lower it nice, slow, and controlled, and the bar is still, he will give you an almost instantaneous press command. And you ever wondered why some guys seem to have really fast press commands and some guys seem like they're down there in eternity and you feel like the judge is being unfair? That's why, because the bar's still moving. The judge is waiting for that bar to be still before he says press. So the best thing you can do is learn to stabilize that bar. If the bar's stable, you'll get a near instantaneous press command because the judges have been instructed not to hold guys down there. They want them to press it as fast as they can. You can tell I'm getting nervous because I'm making this video to calm my nerves. You know, like I'm taking this week off from training, so I got to do something to keep myself busy. If you guys find any of this content useful, helpful, throw me a like, throw me a subscription, all that stuff. I could use the help for sure. If you have any additions to this content or comments, questions, strategies that you employ, maybe do a little bit differently than me, because there's more than one way to skin a cat, and my way is not necessarily the best way. Throw them in the comments. Let's talk about it. Love you guys.